Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Lissa's Letters. My name is Alyssa and I'm a hand lettering artist. I wanted to start off today's video by saying a big thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed to my YouTube channel and to everybody who has been following my art journey on Instagram. Your support means so much to me and I'm so grateful. So in today's video, as you guys voted for in my Instagram stories, I'm going to be coloring in this coloring page, which I started creating a few months ago and I only just finished doing the line art. The reason it took so long for me to make is because, well, to be honest, I just don't really like creating black and white art that much. A quick glance at my Instagram page should be enough to let you know how much I prioritize creating pieces with color. So I had this piece of unfinished line art just hanging out on my desk, waiting for me to get to it. And finally, the reason I did get to finish it was because of another piece of artwork that I was working on. I had drawn the outline for the letters of this other piece and was intending to fill them with some elaborate design that I wasn't really sure what it was going to be yet. And I had this spontaneous idea to post the line art in my stories and ask if anybody wanted to color it in. I was thinking maybe 1 or 2 people would respond, or, you know, I was even okay with nobody responding, but the response that I got was unbelievable. I had so many people ask me for the line art, and so many people ended up coloring it in. And those of you who did color in that line art inspired me. Some of the things that you guys did, I never would have thought to do myself. The textures, the color blends, it was incredible. Seeing how much my fellow artists on Instagram enjoyed coloring in my line art gave me a sense of fulfillment. Not just because I got to see some beautiful creations that I could admire from these artists, but also because I could see that my art was bringing joy to these people. People started asking me for my other coloring sheets, and I made the decision to finish this one. But not just that, I've made a couple of other coloring sheets since then. I think what happened internally for me was I started to not just see the black and white line art on the page before me, but I could see the potential for the page to be filled with color. All of a sudden I became super excited about creating black and white art because it gives other people the chance to create something colorful, and then I might get to see their creations and love them. So now let's talk about the piece that you're seeing me color in right now. You may have noticed that I've lined up a whole bunch of different colored markers in rainbow order above the coloring page, and that wasn't just for aesthetic reasons, although I do it on purpose because I love how those vibrant colors look in my YouTube videos, but also because I thought maybe I would want to challenge myself, like I did in my very first YouTube video, to try to use every single brush pen of the Tombow and Loft brush pens that I have. Since I made that very first YouTube video on my channel several months ago, I've actually collected several more colors, quite a few of both of these sets. But I decided against that because I really wanted to make this piece be more natural for me. I didn't want to try to force myself to use any colors that I didn't want to use. It ended up that I used almost every single color that I have. There was a blue color that I didn't use and a purple color that I actually forgot to take out, so I didn't use that one. But otherwise, I did end up using a whole lot of colors in this piece. But I wanted it to be mostly teal and pink, so those colors kind of stand out quite a lot. The reason is because they're just my favorite colors, and I just think they are really pleasing together, and I'm really happy with how the color scheme ended up turning out. I'm also really pleased with how the leaves ended up looking in this piece. I used a lot more contrast in terms of the color values, so really dark colors and really light colors, and I just think I made a huge improvement from the first coloring page that I colored on my YouTube channel to this. Probably the biggest change in how I've been creating my artwork recently is that I've been using more reference photos so that I can actually see where the values are lighter and darker and what the colors actually would look like on a real life object or flower or something like that. And I think that really comes across in this piece of artwork. If you go back and watch my very first video, which is not the best quality video, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time, but you know, give me some credit, it was my very first YouTube video. But you can see that there wasn't as much contrast between the lights and darks, and things looked a little bit more flat. There wasn't quite as much dimension. So I'm proud of the progress that I've made. Coloring in this first bird was a little bit tricky because I did not have a very good reference photo to use. I knew I wanted it to be all blue, and I couldn't really find any pictures on the internet of an all blue bird that was these kind of not so purpley blue colors. I found a lot of great reference images of birds that are kind of like periwinkle blue, or you know, a royal blue, like darker blues. But I really wanted to use these specific blue colors because I felt like that's what this art piece was missing. And so I don't think it came out perfect. I think there's some things that I would change, like maybe how I used the colors in the face, but I am really proud of the textures that I added. I just think the colors don't look realistic enough to me. It kind of reminds me of like a mythical creature from Harry Potter or something. But this second bird, I did have a really good reference photo, and I pretty much copied the colors from the reference photo, and I'm very pleased with how this one turned out. I love how the brush pens allowed me to make little tiny brush strokes and to do stippling, so there's a lot of little polka dots to create the textures of the feathers. And I'm really glad that I chose to go with a dark purple instead of black for the wings, because black would have stood out too much in this piece. So here's the final result. I hope you guys like it as much as I do. I also hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. If you guys have any questions about this piece specifically, or about my coloring process, or how I make letters, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, I would love to hear them. You can definitely feel free to send me a message on Instagram or leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more fun art videos like this one. Recently, I've been posting about one video per week, and I plan to stick to that schedule. Also, if you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you were wondering, yes, the line art that I colored in during this video is available. I'm going to have it up on my Redbubble shop, so you can get it on a t-shirt, or you can get it on a print and color it in yourself. I also have several other coloring sheets, including this one that I colored in for my very first YouTube video that I was talking about before, and that my niece and nephew made beautiful masterpieces with. So feel free to reach out via email or on Instagram if you'd like a copy of any of my other coloring sheets. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.